Because for one, I'm gonna tell that little same thing I told Finesse 2 times. He ain't supposed to be addressing no grown man, homie. How y'all gonna let this little nigga get on camera and address the grown man? Yeah, he got on camera and didn't cuss. Yeah, he got on camera and wasn't disrespectful. But man, don't let the little get on camera and go to talking the man business and the man really tried to help him. If you really try to help that little, don't let him come on here and try to downplay and shame somebody who really tried to help him. Put him in his position for you to meet him. You exploiting him too, but from what I heard, Hussle Gang and Finesse got a beef. They were gambling at one point in time together. So nigga, I'm gonna keep the little nigga, nah, don't be on there saying that shit, nigga.
Yo, what's up, people? We back. Another day on Keep It G News. And we gotta talk about Charleston White, Finesse 2 times, Hussle Cartel, FNG King, all of the above. All of the above. Because what you just watched in the clip in the beginning was Charleston White speaking on Hussle Gang Cartel, Finesse 2 times, FNG King. And Charleston White has been speaking on this for a while. But before I get into what the actual topic of this video was about, because Hussle Cartel replied to Charleston White, yo, we gotta dispel a few rumors, a few false narratives. And one of the false narratives that we gotta dispel is what Charleston White said on Say Cheese TV.
I remember when Finesse first introduced King to the internet. I said, man, what the fuck they doing with this kid in the club and doing this? Nigga, so when King come back and said, call CPS on, live on YouTube, black community and the black culture was mad at me.
I remember that.
Charleston White said on Say Cheese TV that when he spoke out against Finesse 2 times and King, and he was going to call CPS, that the black community was upset, up in arms. But that's not necessarily what happened, y'all.
Everything. You know I'm finna call CPS on the little bitch, don't you? The little Memphis boy, the 2 times, the Finesse 2 times. You know that little boy, a managed little boy. He done sexually molested some little girls his age. He too goddamn grown and managed. You know you cannot have King around kids his age. He go molest, he go fuck something. A boy or a girl. He don't have the willpower to withstand them urges and them demonic forces that's in his little ass, sagging, holding that money, and they sowing all them demonic seeds into that baby. They back up a white woman's car, cussing. Y'all done fucked up. I got that bitch ass. Yeah, I ain't like you no way from that 2 times.
Oh my dad, he can flip over your grave.
5-6 years in prison. So why do he want to steer his son down this direction? You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem in our community. Finesse 2 times and people that's like Finesse 2 times is a major problem in the black community. Because instead of him teaching this child different from him, from what he learned, he wanted son to be just like him. Straight up, y'all. And these are the type of people that need to be eliminated out of our community. Straight up. And that's a strong word, because this is a strong situation. And we wonder why we got all our juvenile kids killing each other right now. Because this is how they're being raised. They're being raised as thugs and street guys, and they learning street codes when they really need to be learning algebra, math, science, coding. You understand what I'm saying? Morals, principle, dignity, integrity. That's what they need to be learned. You know why? Because actually, y'all, I was the first person to speak out on FNG King. And the reason why this is important, y'all, if you look at the dates, intent matters. The reason why people do things matter. Now, when I seen what was going on with King and Finesse 2 times, y'all heard the words I used. Because that's what I really believe. This is a serious problem in the community, yo, where we got men and women that want to raise their kids to be just like them. Knowing they ain't the best, what you want to call it, example of a man. And then you got women who want to raise their young boys to be like the guys that they want to date or the guys that they're interested in. And that is a recipe for disaster. And I spoke on that when it wasn't a hot topic, just because I took issue with it. Now, Charleston White jumped on this bandwagon when it started to gain steam. But people always give him the praise as to, you know, he's been talking about that for a long time. Yes, he has, but not as long as Keep It G News. And I did it when it wasn't cool. But that's not what this video was about. This is just something that we had to, you know, that was just a segue. But what's really going on right now is I've done videos in the last couple weeks about King and his beef now with Finesse 2 times. And though I use strong words when discussing this situation back then, I got a lesser approach now, at least when it comes to Finesse, because Finesse spoke out and what he said made sense. But what he said was he was just coming home from prison and, you know, he still had to get things in order himself. And I can agree to that. I can see that being the case, you know. At first, when I looked at it, I was just like, wow, I was so upset and so appalled that you had a black man with money. They got a black child. And this black child is looking to be steered in the right direction, you know, because obviously he never had that in his life. So you become that in his life and you continue the direction that he was already going, just on a different level. I couldn't respect it. But like I said, now I see it different. I understand that Finesse, he made mistakes. It's similar to when you got babies raising babies. When you got 18-year-olds or 17-year-olds having kids and the child grow up with them, a lot of times in them situations, y'all, that child is he's gonna go through the hunger pains, just like the father, just like the mother. You know, as they're learning, the child is learning. As they making mistakes, they're teaching mistakes. That's just how this go. But Charleston White also spoke on Hussle Gang Cartel and how Hussle Gang Cartel was basically exploiting FNG King. And Hussle Gang Cartel replied to Charleston White. I want y'all to listen to what he had to say.
So watch you lazy glass eye having ass hoe. I've been around King 3-4 years, but since you tended the Hussle Cartel business, tend to this. I got $100,000. I knock your weak ass out one-on-one in the ring. I got another $100,000. I knock that fat fuck out that you rhyme for in the ring. I got $200,000. I knock either one of you pussies out in the ring. Now, which one of you badass clowns want to take that bone? Call Say Cheese. Call Wallow, call Get It the Kid, call Sauce Walker, call the old man, call anybody, call Floyd, call whoever you want to call to set this shit up. I got $200,000 cash. I knock either one of you puss ass niggas out in the ring.
No guns, straight hands, 200,000 cash. Hit our line.
And y'all been critical of Hussle Gang Cartel as well. Probably just as critical as I was back then to Finesse 2 times. And I was wrong on Finesse. But Hussle Gang Cartel gets King in a time when Finesse 2 times tried to install some type of morality. You know, Finesse 2 times try to put up barriers in King life because he's seen what was happening. King was getting unruly. King was getting disrespectful. And Hussle Gang Cartel had a relationship with Finesse 2 times. So what he decides to do is, when he see King is running away from Finesse because Finesse is trying to put up some ground rules, Finesse is trying to do what he need to do for this child to grow and be successful, he allows King over there to his camp and allow King to do whatever the fuck he want. And in this situation, Charleston White isn't wrong. He isn't wrong. I don't disagree with him. And for Hussle Gang Cartel to react this way, it's like, yo, is you even qualified to be raising somebody's motherfucking child? Because what he say? What did Charleston White say to make you want to fight him? He kept it real. King left Finesse 2 times because Finesse 2 times didn't allow King to do what he want. So you bring him over there to you, and now he's spiraling out of control. And he's still addressing men. Because that was the issue back then. I took issue with the same thing. There's no way this kid should be addressing men grown men or grown women on any level. He's a kid. He's 12 years old now. Should still be playing with fucking G.I. Joes or action figures or anime. And you understand what I'm saying? But I get some kids are different. But you still got to have some type of law and order, yo, for shorty to grow up and understand life and be productive in this world that we live in. Because how I see it, all I see them is teaching King is negativity. Teaching King a whole bunch of superficial things that don't matter in the real world. And if it ever come a time when King loses those things, King is going to be lost. You got the man shooting dice or the kid shooting dice. He don't even roll them. That might work with your crew. That might work when he's 12, 13, 14. But the minute he take that role to some other guys from another city, from another town, that know you got to shake the dice before you roll them, that can become a huge problem, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments, man. Like, I agree with Charleston White 100%, but I had to make it clear that Charleston White ain't the first person that took issue with the whole situation with King. It was actually Keeping G News. And I ain't do it when it was fun to do it. I did it because it needed to be done. And at the end of the day, y'all, intent matters. And when it comes down to Charleston White, I think a lot of the things he does is just to bring attention to himself. Whatever he does. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day, Keeping G News, and I'm out.
Shoot him. Till you don't do catches. We don't got to do no catches. 106. Bet we locked. Bet we locked. Better 106. We locked. Better 106. 106.
No, you gotta roll. No, you gotta roll. You gotta roll. Let's roll.
That point, get my money.
I don't like that. No.
You gotta roll.
You gotta roll. Nah, we roll down here. Be real, we roll.
You ain't gotta roll. You gotta catch it your light. It's a one-man game. You gotta catch it your light.
It's on camera. Reshoot. We said reshoot. It's on camera. Reshoot. OG seen reshoot.
You wanna reshoot?
That's it, Kim. Reshoot that. I got it on camera.
Nah,
that's on camera. Reshoot, yeah. No point in that. I don't know about that though. Down here,
you would have had to.
No, I'm saying, no, I won't pick up my money. No, I won't pick up my money. I will shoot you.